You know how sometimes everything feels like a priority and then you get just overwhelmed trying to make a decision because you're constantly juggling all of the things, whether you should update your website or tackle your admin or maybe spend time on professional development, post on social media, or actually do client work, right? How do you decide how you spend your precious time? And with summer coming around the corner, it might seem like it's time to pull back on certain things, but I'm actually going to encourage you not to take your foot off the gas right now. Now, let me ask you a question. What is the most important part of your business? The answer is making sales because no sales, no business. And what are we doing here, right? So that it seems very obvious, but truly, I have to remind myself this too. So that means that your priority needs to be on activities that help you make sales. So I want to underscore this with three big ideas around focusing on money generating activities. So the first one is I want to just talk about why the advice that you're seeing on social media does not work for your business model. You are not a content creator, you're a business owner. So most of the people who are on social media who are sharing about, how to use trending audios and how many times a week you should be posting or how many times a day you should be posting and all the different tools and strategies and stickers and polls and blah 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 blahs, they are influencers. They are content creators. They get paid to post. So they get brand deals, they share, and they are literally just, they're already paid before they're even going on social media to post. So that's cool. When you're a business owner, you're going on social media to post and hopefully get paid, right? So we're actually just like hoping that somebody's going to find us, somebody's going to connect with us, whatever we ask them to do, they're going to take that action. We're going to get a lead. We're going to be able to eventually turn that into a sale. That is the hope of a business owner on social media. And so I just wanted to shine light on this because it's truly important to understand that a lot of the advice there is irrelevant to you because they are doing the things that they're doing to create the successful businesses they have, but they have a way different model. So if your business model isn't get paid to post on social media and get clicks on a link and make affiliate commissions on stuff, etc., then we don't need to be following the advice of people whose businesses are like that. I know that I talk a lot about not needing to rely on social media for visibility. And I think this is one of the important pieces to understand about why I believe that that is true. And I mean, it is, it is true, but it helps to showcase that because we just are living in this world where the narrative is you have to post on social media to be successful. And if you're not doing it on this particular schedule and rhythm and cadence, you're not showing up, then you're failing. And we feel very, very like that is a real truth. And it just, we need to break the mold on that. And so I'm going to continue to have this conversation in every way, shape, and form possible. So I hope you feel a little empowered to release the pressure of focusing on social media so much, and particularly like trying to learn the intricacies of the tools. Like that's going to make all the difference, when what really makes the difference in creating visibility for your business and creating connections with potential clients is relationship building. So taking actions that involve you connecting with other people, getting in front of the right audiences, getting the right people into your world, which leads me into my second point around money making activities. And that is that what I call the audience visibility gap. So this is what keeps you from being able to make sales anytime you want. On one side, I'm going to refer to my notes, my piece of paper here, with the visual. And I actually made a video about this as well. And if you want it, just send me a message on Instagram as well. So on one side, you're struggling because you're unable to get clients whenever you want, because your audience is not growing, your sales are stagnant, and truly awareness about you and your business and what you do is low, and people don't know how you can help them. On the other side of so say that these are two mountains, mountain number 1, struggle mountain, mountain number 2, happy mountain, okay? And this is where you have the opportunity to reach clients at any time you want. This is what is available and possible for you because you have people that you can put your offer in front of anytime, and you could stop worrying about the algorithm, okay? And people have already raised their hands as well. So what's in between there is the audience visibility gap that you can bridge with visibility. So another way to share this is like when we think about business growth, we need to think about our sales and revenue. So the dollars in the bank, and that's the point of this conversation today. So let's reverse engineer how to make that happen. You need an offer. So that is a way of working with you that you provide in exchange for making money. So whether that's you have a course or you have a group program or you have a one-on-one coaching package or you have consulting offers, you do done for you services, you're a photographer, whatever that is. So you have something you sell, right? And understanding what that is important. The second thing you need is an audience of leads who you can show that offer to regularly in order to make sales. So you need people who you can talk to about the thing that you do, right? And in order to have either of those things, you need to get visible to build that audience with leads. So visibility turns into leads, turns into sales. And if you draw that in a straight line, you take away visibility, you have no way of getting leads or making sales. The chain is broken, period. So I really just wanted to drive home that connection between what you do to put yourself out there, to promote yourself, to show up, to build relationships and make connections entirely supports the entire business and your potential to make sales. It's not about the specific sales mechanism and whether you have a template for a sales call that you want to use, or if you have, an email funnel in place, or you're using ads, none of that. It's the visibility in the first place. So when you're unable to get clients at the rate that you want or make sales anytime you want, or your audience isn't growing consistently and awareness of you and your brand and how you help people is low, that's where you're stuck on the other side of the gap. When you use visibility and a visibility tour in particular to bridge that gap, you consistently attract new leads who have already raised their hand and are interested in what you have to offer so that you have the opportunity to put your offer in front of them anytime that you want. And you get to make more sales that way. Okay. And speech number 2. All right, let's go into point number 3. And this is the tough love part, where I want to talk to you about how not putting yourself out there is doing a major disservice to your potential clients. And this is really consequences of your inaction. So I sent out some emails to my list recently, and I actually just want to read one of them to you because this is the important part where you take responsibility for your role in getting visible. Okay, so the subject line of the email is, by not doing this, you're okay with your clients suffering. All right, I know you're here because you're a helper. You're a heart-centered entrepreneur driven by the desire to make an impact. You have a gift that needs to be shared with the world, but you're staying hidden. And when you're the best kept secret, you can't help people. Are you okay with that? By not putting yourself out there, you're saying you're okay with your clients suffering. You're okay with them hiring your competitors that are not as good as you. You're okay with your clients remaining frustrated. You're okay with them not having their problems solved. Are you really okay with that? When you hide and you're playing small, it's about your own insecurities. And I say this with so much love because feeling like an imposter is a daily battle for me too. There are consequences of your inaction. Your people will be left not knowing how to create financial freedom or simplify their bookkeeping or implement home systems that will bring them peace or whatever you help them do. So it's time to put yourself out there. It's time to get more visible. So that's the email. And that's what I wanted to also bring into this podcast episode today, because I think we forget about that. We we have the opposite feeling. We're like, "Oh, if we put ourselves out there, it feels too salesy and it feels pushy and it feels uncomfortable." Well, what if you could reverse that and really own the fact that it's your job to talk about what you do in order for the people who you help to receive that help? That is the mindset shift of marketing that we really all need to adopt. So I hope that that helps for that. So moving on to the last piece. So to summarize, of course, we just talked about um, the advice on social media and why it doesn't work for you, the audience visibility gap that's keeping you from being able to make sales anytime, and then how not putting yourself out there is doing a major disservice to your potential clients. And of course, I've also shared a lot about my visibility tour method or intentional visibility that preserves your energy, identifies your priorities, ensures you have a clear message, and tracks your ROI. And you can get a full breakdown of how that works in episode 71. And I'll put a link in the show notes as well. So let's talk about timing for a minute, right? Isn't it true that it never seems like the right time to do things? Summer's coming soon, and you may be wondering if it's really a good time to turn up your visibility. But you can make the same argument any time of the year. It's my birthday, or a kid's birthday, or it's Christmas, or a different holiday, or it's hockey season. Like literally anything could get in your way. Either you or your clients may be distracted by other things, like, with summer coming, kids are off school, maybe summer vacations, different schedules at the lake house. But just because people are heading there on vacations, or they're going to 100 weddings, or their kids' graduation, it doesn't mean their problems go away, because they still need you to solve them. And just because you may not want to work as much this summer because it's the season, it's so short. Up here in Canada, it's like 2 weeks long. Okay, I'm exaggerating. We get maybe 8, right, of nice weather. So you want to take advantage of it. Or your kids are home, or you're going to 100 barbecues. You still need to focus on visibility. And in fact, the visibility tour method, I invented it last summer, in the summer, because it was an actual result of me not wanting to work as much. My kids weren't in camp and I got a new paddleboard. So I also knew that I didn't want September to roll around and have to start from scratch, right? So there's urgency here in the need to be proactive. There's urgency and need to prioritize your visibility right now. So I want to ask you, what are you going to do? We've got option A, which is keep delaying getting more visible and standing in the way of your clients having their needs met, also known as your clients stay suffering and you don't make money. Pretty sure you don't want that. So option B is you allow me to hand you the plan so you can step right into increasing your visibility in a strategic and aligned way. Plus, I will provide you with the support that you need to stay on track, customize your priorities, and measure the effectiveness of the actions that you take. So if you want to choose option B, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Head over to Instagram and DM me the word visible, and I will let you know your next steps. I'm looking forward to seeing you in my inbox. Bye for now.